Excuse me. Excuse me. What in the world are you thinking?
Mean Gene, the first thing you need to do is to tell these people to shut up if you want to hear what I gotta say.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. What up, y'all? It's KMV, the Sexy Ninja, in the place to be for a Paper Saber universe, and this is the New World Podcast, brother. And we're talking about AEW Collision and Battle of the Belts. I did not want to separate these two shows because I was like, all right, 3 hours of AEW after a crazy week with the footage and everything like that. And we got Tony and Daddy Magic on commentary. We're in Kentucky. I will say this right here, right now. Okay, I will say this. This was a damn good show. Both shows combined. A few matches, but this was a good, solid show. This is why I come to AEW. Don't air out your baggage. Give me shows like this. So, also, too, I think it's time for them to move to smaller arenas. Because not that many tickets were sold for the show. Very sad. Because this was a hell of a lineup. This was a hell of a lineup. And it just... And Bryan Danielson, they cut a promo before the show because they're in the main event of Collision. And we started off with the House of Black versus Dante Martin, Action Andretti, and Matt Sydal. I guess Darius is getting his pilot license. That's what the commentators told me. But man, off the bat, this match was great. I really enjoyed it, man. It was just back and forth action, the stuff that I just love here in AEW. House of Black got the win, and a big one at that. So, this was a good match. This is the way you start the show. And Darius, I hope you passed and got your pilot license, buddy. Lexi's with Tony Storm, and I just love Tony so much. So I can watch anything she does. Like I will, because I'll be like, chin up, tits out, watch for the shoe. Taz and Jericho backstage. Jericho, from Dynamite, he's like, hey man, tell Hook I want to be his friend, bet. And Taz's like, okay. But there's something next week between those two. They're going to do that. Then next up, we have Lee Moriarty versus Shibata. Oh man. Oh, I love this match. I thought this match was really good. I thought it was well put together and just hard-hitting action. But Shibata got the win, and Anthony Ogogo was on commentary, and I don't like Anthony Ogogo whatsoever. I just like, I don't see it with you. I don't understand why you're here, but you're here to the numbers game, right? Lee Moriarty and Anthony Ogogo beat down Shibata, but here comes Hook. Hook is saving his homie, and he's like, hey, I got you, buddy. I got you. Then we have Lexi with Athena. She's going to be in the main event of Battle of the Belts 10. Then she's with Billy, who's the new women's TV champion for Ring of Honor. Then we have Lexi again with the Undisputed Kingdom, because Roderick Strong is putting up his championship tonight against Rocky Romero. And then we go right into Daniel Garcia versus Angelico. And this was the match. Like, I already knew Daniel Garcia was going to get the win. Pac cuts a promo. He's like, angry. I'm on TV and I'm angry. I'm the best wrestler. Yeah. Can't all be bangers, folks. But Tony Storm versus Azumi. This was a good match, too. I had so much fun with this match. I love Tony Storm. And like I said, I can watch this woman do anything and I will be entertained. And then, and Anna Jay and Mariah May got in a big old fight on the outside. They went out. This was a fun match, man. I got to say, the Tony Storm got the win. And I'm like, all right, see, we're on track, man. Tony, hey, TK, we just keep doing this. Don't let the other bullshit interfere. Just keep doing this and keep bringing a banger of a show. Then next up but not least, the main event of Collision, Bryan Danielson and Claudio versus Hobbs and Kyle. And they cut a promo before the match. Oh, man. So many times I was like, My wife's like, are you okay? I'm like, I love AEW, and this is why. For shows like this. And, of course, Bryan Danielson and Claudio get the win. And Takeshita comes out and attacks. And everyone's screaming, Moxley. Also to Moxley, he's the new IWGP Heavyweight Champion. He won the title at Windy City Riot for New Japan Pro Wrestling. I am I found out too that they just got an app, and I'm very excited about it. I signed up. It's $20 though to get the pay-per-view. That's not bad at all. So I'm thinking I'm just going to do that, get that pay-per-view because I really want to see that match where John Moxley got the championship and winning the WWE championship, the AEW championship, now the IWGP heavyweight championship. Congratulations, man. But Collision, solid 5 out of 5. Bryan Danielson, Claudio versus Hobbs and Kyle was my match of the night. Next up to that was Tony Storm versus Azumi. And now we go into Battle of the Belts. Also got my little notes here. Kyle O'Reilly will face Roderick Strong at Dynasty for the championship. FTR and the Bucks is now a ladder match at Dynasty. And Dynasty is this Sunday. I am excited for Dynasty. My wife is like, with all this crap that's going on with AEW, she's turned off from it. She's like, no, I'm sticking with WWE. And I'm like, that's fine. I'm over here just enjoying myself. Oh, and I skipped over this. Thunder Rosa cut a promo, but my favorite, she's like, oh, Perazo was just, I know she was trying to help. I was like, not really. Perazo laid you out because you skipped the line. You just skipped her. So, Thunder Rosa cut a great promo. I'm really not a big Thunder Rosa fan, but I did like this promo. I really did, from her, the passion she had with Tony Schiavone. Then we go right into the Battle of the Belts with the FTW Championship. We got Hook versus Shane Taylor. Awesome. Fun. It's a Hook match. Hook got the win. I don't see how or why, but he got the win over a big man like Shane Taylor. And before this match, we had Lexi with a Hook and Shibata. They were cutting a promo, and Shibata has his little beep, bop, beep, and little button things that talks for him. Then we get Lexi with Rocky and Kyle, and this is where tides turn, man. Like, Rocky's like, hey, I'm going to go do my thing, and once I get that championship, I will give you the opportunity to face me. Then we go into our next match for the AEW International Championship. Rocky Romero versus Roderick Strong. Or Rocky! And Undisputed Kingdom on the side. And my favorite part about this that made me go, oh, was after they get the win, after Roderick gets the win, Undisputed Kingdom start beating down Rocky. Kyle comes out. He's like, hey, guys, we don't know. And Roderick attacks Kyle. And I'm like, finally. That's how we get the match at Dynasty between these two. So I'm very excited about that. Then we have Lexi with Serena Deeb, don't care. And now we go into the match that I was waiting for all night, the Ring of Honor Women's Championship. Athena with Billy on the side and versus Red Velvet. Oh, man. You talk about good wrestling here. Athena deserves the world. She deserves more than just being the longest reigning women's champion. She deserves to be moved up and possibly a threat to like a Tony Storm or anything like that. But she's holding this division together. Red Velvet, I'm becoming a huge fan of, But afterwards, of course, Athena and Billy attack Red Velvet. Queen Aminata comes out and for the save. But my favorite thing about this is Athena's 50-0. That's not my favorite thing. My favorite thing about this is Queen is trying to kick Athena out. And Athena's not having it. I think she's like, all right, just let me lay here, then I'll roll out, blah, blah. But the Queen's really trying to kick her out of the ring. And you can hear Athena, fuck off. Fuck off. So some feathers were ruffled like the chips. Overall, I had fun. I'd say my match, though, is the Ring of Honor Women's Championship out of this match. Battle of the Belts gets 3 out of 5. 3 out of 5. Collision, 5 out of 5. Just another great night of pro wrestling. And I saw Tony had to go on, I think it was before the show or after the show, off air. Says, I love you guys. Buy tickets. Who's excited for Dynasty? I don't even know if he sold Dynasty out. Does anybody know that? Well, maybe I should, because I'm the one commentating on this. All right, y'all. Tell me what you thought of the shows. Drop those comments below. Hit that like. Hit that subscribe. Share it with your grandma. Share it with your grandpa. Share it with the bum down at Walmart. Go to ProWrestlingTees.com/New World Podcast. Get yourself that sweet nWp logo created by Penta X. And remember that the New World Podcast is for life, brother.
He did it one. Here comes Bryan Danielson. Big shotgun from the top. Since